Hey, hello, everybody. Well, fantastic to see everyone here. We have, of course, Ed, acting Captain Eelin Wraal this week.
Hello.
We have our current executive officer. we will have to see later on. I might be having to change the text, but yeah, Commander Lee Varren Usher.
Yeah. Hello.
We have our Chief Medical Officer, Lieutenant Commander Bosh, Matt, with us.
Good morning.
And in the Science Station, we have Lieutenant Davok. Amy, how's everyone doing?
Yeah.
Doing all right.
A bit apprehensive.
It ended on quite a bit of a cliffhanger last time, didn't it?
It was amazing. I watched it within the last couple of weeks, and yeah, I mean, if as a now a fully fledged fan, I really hate Varren. Not just as Bosh. Really.
I know.
How could you do that to Davok?
I mean, let's be honest, Varren might not be around much longer.
Varren knows Davok will never hate him, so it's okay.
Oh,
We'll see about that.
Very calculated risk. Davok still looks at me dirtily every time I say warp core.
Is there a bit of Davok Varren shipping going on here, or
What? No, Vulcans don't feel emotion, so I can't hate anyone.
It does.
Okay.
Have you checked the calendar? When's Mr. Davok's Ponfar? Could be Varren to the rescue.
I'm not going to discuss that with you.
I don't even know what. Do I want to know what that is?
No. Not at the moment.
Delete history after checking that one out.
Maybe after Watershed.
Not safe for
Gotcha.
Starfleet.
Gotcha.
Not safe for stream.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, gosh, it was a bit of a cliffhanger. So, not Davok then. How does Amy feel about the cliffhanger?
Well, she really enjoyed doing the spin down the corridor.
That was amazing.
That was the highlight.
Combat
main
love that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I was just a little shocked. That came completely out the blue for me. So I just find out what's happening next. Really. I don't know.
It came pretty much completely out of the blue for me as well.
And of course we've got Bosh having been beamed away suddenly. What does Varren think actually happened to Bosh?
Varren? I don't know if you've caught up on this, but Varren doesn't care too much for Bosh. So Varren had a really good time in the tunnels without him.
It's still a bit of a mystery, though, surely.
As far as what he actually thinks happened, I would imagine he thinks it has something to do with the same thing that happened to. Well, actually, he knows differently. He knows something else, or no, he doesn't know any differently. He, for a second, I got mixed up in what you had told me and the acting captain. As Janeway, but then I figured out that was not what you told us. No, I think he's just as confused as to where she was whisked off to and to where Bosh went. That being said, it doesn't really, we still had to go down in there, figure everything out. So
the rule of acquisition 404, medical officer not found.
That was so bad. That was so bad.
Screen crash.
Yeah. That was.
Okay. I did find he's right here.
Found him.
Can that be the new campaign? We all get sucked into Ed's little cards, and we have to like fight it out in 2D characters, and that'll be the new campaign.
The big boss scissors.
I've got one of you as well. Hang on, where's it gone? There it is. There's the
Oh yeah.
I said I emailed that guy directly to try and put Ferengi, and he said that he definitely would, but didn't know when.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, right on.
I managed to. This one's not a bad version. I used to use a sort of I think use a Tellarite with a little bit of a you can't really see it on there, but a little bit of sort of one of those back Ferengi head tail hat things. So it looks like
It's the curtains, isn't it?
yeah.
very
From this
curtain
far
on the back
away,
of
it
that.
looks pretty Ferengi.
I was about this big on my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was.
He's only about this big in real life.
I have so many tabs open because I don't know how to play this game that I have to keep all the rules on screen at all times.
Yeah, you're ready to be a GM then.
Only rules you need are the rules of acquisition.
Speaking of
Oh,
which,
we've missed you.
yeah, so Matt, and obviously you watched last week's episode. Do you think there's a rule of acquisition that would apply generally to last week's episode?
Don't encourage him to say more of these things.
I love them. I'm putting you on the spot there, I know.
Yeah, I mean, there's Rule of Acquisition 15, which is Dead Men Close No Deals, which might refer to pretty much everyone that Varren's left behind. But there is one about 47. Don't trust a man wearing a better suit than you. However, Varren doesn't wear a better suit, but we just don't trust him anyway.
Captain Quinn had a good one in chat.
Yes.
Cowardice is good for business.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah,
It would seem so. Now, back on the ship, though, Wraal obviously is not, as we hit this point, although Ed is, Wraal himself is not aware of the latest development. But so far, with a call from Davok to in the middle of a firefight to get a lock on transporters, is Wraal regretting his choice of away team members?
no.
Wraal will have to wait until everything. I think Wraal will look at it and regret or glorify in it afterwards. Maybe.
Okay, maybe the ends
Wraal doesn't want to
justify
go.
the means then.
Wraal is terrified of having to go.
Rawls already lost 2 crew members. well, one crew member and 1 visitor.
Actually,
Now, has he tried
211.
looking down the sofa? Because when I lose anything, that's usually where it is.
Yeah. It's
It could be
wherever.
Varren's looking at 211. Employees are on the rungs of ladders. Employees are the rungs on the ladder of success. Don't hesitate to step on them.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Good.
Actually, like
Well, B. So I think it's time we had our catch up, our roundup of what's been happening so far by having a sneaky listen to somebody's log. Go for it.
Acting Captain's Log, Stardate 57121.8. Where to begin? Neuroparasites have returned as a threat to Starfleet, the Alpha Quadrant, and possibly the entire galaxy. This time through infiltration of the Romulan Empire. Our ongoing investigations have brought us to the abandoned Klingon mining outpost on Cordolan 4, where strange experiments seem to have taken place, mutating both parasites and Klingons, with a view to infestation of Klingons too. Our visiting Klingon Defense Force visitor, Major de Gork, is proving to be something of an enigma. Seemingly an expert on the neural parasites, her assistance in researching them proved invaluable. But why was her arrival here not sanctioned by the KDF? How did she know of the current threat? And most curiously, where was she surreptitiously beamed away to on her arrival at this outpost? Then there's our current XO, Lee Varren. On the surface, he is an excellent security chief, if a little enthusiastic about his combat duties at times. And that's one of the primary reasons I selected him to lead the away team down to the outpost. But the cryptic advice from Admiral Janeway to keep an eye on him, along with a what do the humans call it? A sixth sense. Anyway, I've a nagging feeling about Varren, and acting upon this, I've requested some information from his medical records. The away team have had their work cut out for them. They've managed to deactivate the device, enhancing the disruptive effect of the diamagnetic ore, but have ventured further underground into the base. Following an encounter with one of my countrymen, an unjoined trill named Tal Duron, they had Tal beamed back to the ship, although very severely shaken, and under the impression that Starfleet would torture or even kill him. Tal has provided some very useful information about the parasite's attempts to join with Klingons, and most disturbingly, regarding an Iconian gateway that the parasites are currently repairing in order to use it to their own nefarious ends. The drama didn't end there, as Chief Medical Officer Bosh was suddenly beamed away to an unknown location by persons unknown, and for unknown reasons. Could this be connected with the Major's disappearance? Whatever happened to him, it left the away team short-handed when it came to dealing with the neural parasites and their hosts. Something that seems essential given the apparent uninfected prisoners they're holding for who knows what type of medical procedure. Tal is recovering from his ordeal in sickbay. Davok just called in for transporter lock on the away team, seemingly in the middle of a firefight. I've instructed Chief Engineer Gomez to get a lock, difficult as it may be in that deep underground with the disruption caused by the ore. In fact, I can see beads of sweat on her forehead right now as she makes her attempt. In the meantime, I will... Hang on. Incoming message from the surface. Computer, pause log.
And as our camera hangs on the bridge of the Livingston, the message comes up from the surface.
I'm not going to yell it, but it says, "I can't save them. Beam me out. I can do more from the ship."
Okay, let us start with how Sonia is getting on with that lock. So, who's going to roll for Sonia?
Amy.
Oh, don't kill me.
So, Amy,
right.
I need it's a difficulty 2. Now, you are starting the game this week with 0 momentum, just so you're aware.
It's not very good.
It's not. It is a control and engineering difficulty 2.
Okay.
So your total is 15 to match or roll under.
15, okay. Am I getting assistance via the ship computer?
Not to get a lock, no. However, I can tell you Sonia Gomez has a focus in transporters. If that
I
is
rolled
any help.
2 12s.
Oh,
2
yes.
12s.
Okay.
Sonia Gomez confirms to you, Captain Wraal, that she has a tentative lock on the away team.
Excellent. I'd say Mr. Gomez, really, isn't it? There's no women on ships, technically. Thank you, Chief Engineer. Transport the away team immediately to the transporter room.
Okay, so this is going to be a difficulty 3. Again, it's control and engineering. This will be assisted by the ship, which will be sensors and engineering. So first of all, Captain Wraal, who do you want to roll for the ship?
Oh, Amy did well last time, so let's go again. She can't possibly mess it up now once she's done it well once first time.
Do you want Amy to roll for Sonia Gomez, though? Or the ship?
Amy, you'll be Ms. Gomez.
Okay, Michael.
Okay, so let's see how Sonia does. So it's basically the same thing again.
I rolled a 9 and a Starfleet logo.
Yeah.
Yes!
Nice.
3 successes. So we'll roll for the ship anyway, because this might get you a momentum. This is a sensors and engineering is 9 plus 1, 10. Who's rolling for the ship?
Amy again, I think.
All right. Amy's just going to do all the rolls.
I rolled an 8.
There we go.
An
That's
8.
why.
You now have 1 momentum as Sonia confirms beam in process, Captain Wraal.
Excellent. Security. Wraal Protocol Alpha 41.
Okay, tell us. Well, I know what Alpha 41 is. And in fact, yes. In fact, let's just leave that a bit of a mystery just for the moment, as we cut back to the away team on the surface. All 3 members of the away team are in the process of beaming up, and you dematerialize.
This is
and
going to be awkward.
Rematerialize on the transporter pad of the Livingston. What would you like to do?
Probably collapse, considering
Slap
I'm
Varren.
just about dead.
Yeah.
I mean, Varren is kind of on the deck already. And
Yeah.
seriously wounded.
I'm not far off that.
Yeah, I have 1 more stress, and then I would have been done for. It was literally the last minute.
So what's your what's your intention from here?
It's
There's
a medical
currently nobody
attention.
else in the transporter room because Sonia was operating from the bridge.
Oh,
Well, they actually have been met, or about to be met, by a medical team who are on the way there, as per my protocol.
Yes, they are currently on their way, but because this all happened so quickly and sort of unexpectedly, I'm giving them a moment to react before
Fine,
it gets there.
I found a medical team as well.
Jeez.
Check Discord later for pictures. This is looking great already.
Oh my god. Varren's going to be pretty damn quiet and nursing his wounds.
Reggie, how are you doing?
Mr. Davok, sir. Oh, that was close. That Romulan, I really nearly had him by the whatever they've got down there. Yeah.
2 of them.
I had him by all 3, and then it all went tingly, and I vanished.
So
Seriously,
you're all
I promise,
remaining.
I had him. I absolutely had him. And then,
Are you all remaining where you are for the time being then?
Yeah, I mean,
What? So is stress a physical injury, or is that just kind of an idea?
It's a physical injury, yes. Yes, you have been wounded.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am and call for a medical team, and yeah.
Just as you go to tap your badge, the doors slide open, and indeed, 2 medical officers, flanked by 2 security guards, come into the transporter room. The security guards are armed with phaser rifles.
Am I still armed?
You have your weapon on you.
Okay. Nothing more. I'm going to go to the medical officers and see if they can tend my wound.
Okay, you step towards them, and there is a force field in your way, which one of the medical officers sort of nod at one of the security guards, who goes to a control panel and lowers the force field. The medical officers instantly start scanning you, all of you,
yay.
all 3 of you.
great when your staff do exactly what they tell you, don't they?
After a moment, one of scanning, the medical officer who was scanning says, "It's all right. They're clean." And the security guards seem to relax and deflate slightly.
That actually surprised me.
Yep. Another one. All right.
Right.
I guess, yeah, we'll get tended by medical, get everyone patched up.
Yes, if you'd like to make your way to the bridge, I can treat you en route.
Okay.
Fantastic. We do need to speak with the captain.
We do
and,
need to speak with the captain.
And the three of you are escorted to the bridge. And yes, you do have medical officers sort of giving you hypo sprays, and sort of dermal regeneration is happening and things of that nature, depending on the nature of your injuries.
That almost went really, really differently.
How does that work mechanically with our stress?
When it becomes relevant, I will tell you what your stress is at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, we're just in roleplay mode. And I'm going to sit back as you enter the bridge. Poor Ed's got to play two characters and talk to himself.
I'm going to go and find my...
Off you go, Reggie.
Wraal, the away team have just entered the bridge. Obviously, the away team minus Bosh.
Yes, we were still wondering where on earth my chief medical officer is. Away team, thank you. Mr. Varren, I notice you're back on my ship. Report, please.
I'm trying to think of how to say it.
Computer, begin recording.
What's this? For your tribunal, for your military court-martial. No, it's... We... Obviously...
This meeting is being recorded.
Jesus Christ.
That made me jump a little.
Leave meeting. Leave meeting is a choice.
The thing is, on Stu's set, that actually, I bet that did it in Magical Barrett's voice. Mine didn't.
Oh my god. Oh man, that was funny. I'd heard that it did that now, but I haven't been in a meeting that's been recorded anytime recently. So, no, I'm trying to think of timeline of events. The last time I would have talked to Wraal would have been after we sent what's his name to him, Tal or whatever his name is, to
just after Bosh was beamed away.
Oh, okay.
Vanisherized.
All right. So in which case I would have explained to him the three of us went down to the corridor because we couldn't leave the remaining, or we didn't want to leave the remaining civilians that happened to be down there. We took care of what we could, but I was wounded in the course of action, as was Lieutenant Davok and Lieutenant Reggie. I forget Reggie's last name. Lieutenant von Bartlesby.
I'm a chief. I'm chief.
I was Chief von Bartlesby. So we tried to take care of absolutely what we could. Lethal force was used, and we were not able to save the civilians. They are still there as far as we know. Unfortunately, our mission was a failure, and that is on me.
I see, XO. Anything to add, Chief? Mr. Davok?
Mr. Davok's eyebrow has been rising a little bit.
I must say it's unusual for an away team to be called for transport in the middle of an away mission. However, Mr. Davok, I noted that you seem to be under considerable stress when you called for the team to be locked onto. I must commend you on that foresight. It certainly seems to have saved all your skins in getting you out of there quickly. Certainly from the look of the damage that's been done to you. And I look gratefully at the medical team behind them, who are still waving medical tricorders around the lot.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you made the decision to beam aboard all of us.
Yes, that was what you had intended. Were you surprised that I beamed all of you back, Mr. Davok?
Yes. Who received the message from Varren? I'm not sure who you were talking to.
The ship received the message to activate the beam out from Mr. Varren, but
It didn't seem that all of the party were intended to be beamed out.
Oh, really? Why would you say that, Mr. Davok? Especially as you had asked for everyone to be locked onto.
I think that question is better directed to Varren.
Mr. Varren?
As you turn to Varren, one of the medical officers approaches you, Wraal, and hands you a pad, which, if you take just the briefest moment to look at it, has the information you were requesting, and it shows 0 variance.
Thank you, medical officer.
We all checked out.
Yes, as per my protocols, certainly with regard to these parasitic life forms, you all seem to be clean on arrival back in. As you can imagine, I can't take any chances. I would expect myself to be checked were I to have accompanied you down and Captain Liero to be on the bridge.
Understandable.
I would also have expected a pre-beam out check over by our chief medical officer, who seems to be missing.
Have you had any leads on that?
Nothing yet. We still can't find any trace on his comm badge. I'll look over at the security station, which I think is this one here. No, but they're here.
You get a shake of the head from the officers out there.
Okay. As far as to the comment that was made before we left, it was my thought process that either all of us or specifically myself was not going to make it in that fight had we been there any longer. As we beamed out, we were being fired upon currently. I thought if with the issues that we had with our beaming down to the station and with the interruption that we were supposedly able to change, my engineering background may be able to help. By beaming me out, I may be able to snag them as quick and help Mrs. Sonia do that.
So you wanted to be beamed out individually, Mr. Varren?
I thought it might be safer.
Before you can answer, Usher, there is a glittering light on the bridge and a noise as an unconscious Ferengi materializes on the bridge.
He's trying to roll his eyes back. But he materializes on the bridge.
Prone, standing up.
Is there any?
Nope, lying down.
I gestured to the medical team, but I don't really need to because they've already moved to go and have a look at him straight away.
Can we trace that beaming? Can I yell something to our engineering department to see if we can trace it?
Yeah, jump on it.
Like immediately, as soon as we see him materialize, that's the first thing out of my mouth is we need to trace that.
Okay, by the time anyone gets to a console to do anything, including Davok, the beam has finished and there is no trace. There is obviously evidence of a beaming having taken place, but beyond that, no way of tracing the beam origin point back.
Is there anything around us currently? Like outside, like around our ship? I don't know what I would be asking to whoever looks at the map. Someone tell me if there's anything on this thing.
You can issue a command to scan the surrounding area.
Yeah. In the meantime.
Okay. So Davok, you are going to do the scan. And whilst that is happening, Bosh, you are revived. A little groggy, but yourself.
Shit.
Cat.
Ever there was an occasion for a rule of acquisition.
I can't think of one.
This is amazing.
See?
Take him to the medical bay immediately. He's clearly delusional.
You're where?
Medical team, escort Dr. Bosh to his medical lab, please.
While Bosh
Gently.
is regaining his thoughts, Mr. Davok, you can give me a reason and science roll, assisted by the ship of sensors and science. This is going to be difficulty 4. You do have 1 momentum.
Use it.
Does my focus in astrophysics help?
Oh, astrophysics. I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Nice.
All right. So I'm rolling 3 and 1 for the ship.
Yes. So so the ship is, what is it? Sensors and science. The ship is 11 to beat.
Okay.
And your reason and science.
All right. Ship fails. 16. I got a 14, which is a 14. I have to get under, so that works. But I also got a 19, so that didn't.
Oh.
And I've just got the momentum now, so I need to score under 4. Right. 7. So I got 2 successes.
No, there's a lot of subspace distortion about. You're also getting some interference still from, although it's much lower levels of diamagnetic or diamagnetic interference. You're still getting some interference there. It's inconclusive.
Cannot tell if there's anything nearby.
There's gonna get a comms patch through to Wraal just from one of the medical team, not Bosh, asking him to pop down to sickbay, please.
Oh, okay. Mr. Davok, you have the bridge. I will not be long.
Okay.
I continue to medical and nod to the security team to stay at the door of the bridge.
Davok sits in the chair.
Davok is
Slowly
in
and
the
enjoys it.
big
I'm putting
chair.
Davok in the chair, actually. There's a picture.
At which point we have a warp core breach. No.
Gosh damn it!
It's that episode of Lower Decks when he's training. It's like, maintain course. Oh no, we're suddenly blowing up. Okay. And Wraal, you make your way to the medical bay.
I don't normally call on doctors or have doctors call on me. I don't know. Does one knock?
You'll be shown into the little office area.
Oh God, I'm going to Bosh's own dungeon, aren't I? This is going to be.
So you can always just pull a curtain around. That'll give you.
You have to sign. You have to sign in and give them all your date of birth and all that other stuff.
Yeah, just scan a
type.
QR code before I go in.
They're gonna
Punch a few buttons. The force field tints slightly so no one can see.
Yeah, he's gonna put one of those bracelets on you.
I've told my friends where I am and what time I'm expected back.
Remember to sanitize your hands.
Oh, everything. Just...
And yeah. Well, you're sitting there anyway. Bosh looking pretty angry.
Oh.
And sort of lots of muttering, humans and playing with, and when Wraal comes in, what the hell did you do?
Me? What? Nothing. Where have you been?
Where did you send me?
I didn't send you anywhere. The team reported you just got beamed out. Where did you end up? What do you remember?
Humans.
Humans.
Humans. Yeah.
As you know, they're always problematic.
Yeah. So there was a medical. It was a medical bay, not one that I recognise. I was fixed into one of the bio beds. One of the. It looked like one of the latest ones, but it had some fixings to it that I don't recognise, which is another thing that's weird. There was Humon's black uniform. They I think they tried to wipe my memory, but idiots. You know, you can wipe the minds of feeble creatures like.
Mind tricks don't work on Ferengi.
Exactly.
Or Toldarians.
But Davok was there as well, strapped down, and they were I think they were asking them about the neural parasites, and then they were asking me questions about transferring. What was it? A psychic like from betazoids, whether or not that can be implanted into humans, but I'm not really. It's an interesting idea, but no, I just, yeah. And then they were asking me whether or not Varren's been acting weird, and that just, Then I'm here getting tended to in my own sick bay, and what did you?
First of all, Doctor, this is not my doing. Secondly, this is exactly what we suspected. You got taken the same place that the Major got taken. You said that she was pinned down, strapped down, and being experimented on, or just being questioned?
No, well, I mean, it's very hazy. These.
Understand. Take your time, Doctor. I'm not in any hurry.
I am.
So am I. That was sarcastic. There's a rule of acquisition for it.
Dead men tell no tales.
Just to interject, as Wraal says, "Take your time, Doctor. We're in no hurry." We cut back to the bridge. Davok, you're gazing away at the view screen, looking at the at your empire from this elevated position in the big chair. When suddenly, Grace Wilson from the science station calls out, "Elevated neutrinos, Captain!" And the view screen shimmers, and a Romulan warbird decloaks in front of you.
No!
That is not good.
I am not prepared for this.
It's just like the simulator. We've done this before.
We've Kobayashi
ended up
this
in
already.
the warp core.
No, not that one. We've all played Star Trek Bridge Crew together. We've done this.
We can do it.
We were in the Enterprise in that one, though.
Right,
so.
let's disable their shields.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think it actually might be time for this. You got to say it now.
The comms officer calls out,
We're waiting, Mr. Davok.
"Incoming hail, Captain."
On screen.
And indeed, the screen cuts to the bridge of the Romulan warbird, where a commander, I'm saying commander, is that the right rank?
Is this ship wide? Like, will Wraal be able to hear whatever this guy says?
Nope. Wraal is unaware, because Wraal is in the sick bay.
Red alert!
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So, sorry, Centurion, a female Romulan Centurion appears on screen and says, "Livingston, I am not here to argue or fight. I'm here for us to work together.
Ooh.
Okay. You did disappear. What was your intention then?
He's lying.
She sighs.
No, not
deeply.
Davok. The other guy.
The centurion.
Yeah.
Yeah. She sighs deeply and says,
He's done it again. He's done it again.
"My name
We
is."
just had a 2-hour meeting on this. I fucked it up on the first one. The first new person we met. God damn
My
it.
name is Centurion Drusa. Subcommander Denal, who I believe you encountered on the Alcubierre, along with our commander, was not himself.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Captain, may we speak on a secure channel?
I assume I know how to do that.
You can just ask for it to be a secure channel.
Okay, let's do that then. I don't see why not.
The view screen goes silent and you see this centurion clearing the bridge of some officers but not all. And the view screen comes back and she says, "Captain, these few people with me I can trust. Can you vouch for all the people on your bridge?"
How many people are on the bridge?
At the moment, there are 7 people on the bridge,
You have
excluding
the 2
yourself.
security guards.
Yeah.
2 security
Myself.
guards by the door.
Is there can I just sort of put him on some hold music that's not too irritating, but that's not going to sort of
You can just say.
disappoint him too much? Give us a moment.
You can
This is
just
the
say
first
hold
time I've
and
used this. I
put it
don't know.
onto silent. Yes.
Yes,
mute,
I would like to buzz in Wraal at this point and see if you're available and fill you in if you would like to come up to the bridge.
Hello, Mr. Davok. I was just having a chat with the doctor. What's going on?
Blah, 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 all the stuff that just happened. I'll explain quickly.
Wow.
I'm really good at the other stuff.
I've heard of the Vulcan mind meld. That was the Vulcan mind vomit.
Jesus.
Thanks for that.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm fully cognizant of everything that's going on now. Fantastic. I'll return to the bridge then.
Yes, I think you might want to be involved in this. Would you like me to pretend to be captain still?
It's all right, Mr. Davok. I'll take over. I'll relieve you of your heavy chair when I get back.
Okay, I'll let the Romulans know that the manager's coming up now.
Okay.
This is not Karen's ass for it. Get going.
It just the Romulans appear and ask to speak to our manager.
But I just feel like, we've just come back from a fight. I must look terrible, covered in bruises or whatever. We haven't had a chance to have a sit down yet. Well, I have, but not everyone else.
Meanwhile, I'm going up and down. I mean, I hope the turbo lifts work on the Livingston, because otherwise, I mean, up and down the staircase on this thing down to the medical bay and back that much. I mean, leg day is done for this week.
It's a good job it's not too big of a ship. But yes, the Centurion looks... she kind of accepts what you say, but does look somewhat irritated and starts tapping the arm of a chair.
I'll give him an eyebrow.
Oh, great. Yeah, you're a Vulcan. He's Romulan. Why don't you just annoy him?
As Wraal, you enter the bridge, and the Centurion says, "Captain, we need to speak confidentially. Only your most trusted officers on the bridge, please, and a secure channel." As I asked your subordinate.
Very well, Centurion. Davok, return to your science station, please, but remain at your science station.
Davok,
leave the bridge.
Yeah, he was just trying to creep out to just go and have a nap. It's like, oh, okay.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, you close
Yeah.
by.
Grace Wilson
Oh.
leaves the bridge.
Yeah, Grace, bedtime.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, meta.
Bedtime. You've had 2 stories. Off you go.
So
It
you
is-
still
it's just
have
about time
on
to
the bridge,
switch over.
just to be clear, you have the 2 security officers by the door. You have a member of the security team. You have Varren, Davok, Reggie, and a medical officer.
Right.
The medical officer is tending to Davok.
Yes. No, still.
Right.
Actually, we'll leave. I was going to say we'll leave Bosh in his medical bay at the moment. He seems distracted and angry. I'm not going back in there again. Ever entering the lion's den again. Very well. Non-essential personnel clear the bridge. Thank you. Yes, that will do. We have enough.
Right. Reggie,
all
the
the
security
remains
guards, and
my
the
tr-
other security. Just to be clear, because I want to be clear who's on the bridge. Reggie has left. The 2 security officers guarding the door have left. The member of the security team who was at security when everyone came back has left. So you currently have yourself, Davok. The medical officer is still tending Davok. And Varren.
Okay. In that case, if I sort of nod to Davok and say, "Are you suitably? Can we relieve the medical team of their duties for a moment, Mr. Davok?"
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah, okay, and the medical officer leaves.
Computer, secure bridge doors, please. Code Wraal Alpha 4.
Okay, doors are secure, and it's easy enough to put it onto a secure channel as well.
Go ahead, Centurion. We are now on a secure channel.
Captain, I'm assuming I'm talking to the captain this time.
I am acting Captain Wraal of the Livingstone, yes.
Is
You're
your
just talking
actual
to
captain
acting
available? Do
I'm
you know what?
afraid
Never mind. This is getting too
She's asleep,
complicated.
basically. This is going to...
I believe you have been investigating the neural parasites. Is this correct?
This is correct, Centurion. I believe. Do you know anything about the neural parasites? I take it you do, or you wouldn't be hanging off my bow.
Most of this ship is occupied by people being controlled by the parasites. Our commander was one of them. To be frank, my government does not know I am contacting you. I am at a bit of a loss. I do not know who to trust. I have received a report from the Tal Shiar that the neural parasites are working on... She hesitates here. Captain, are you familiar with the Iconians?
I've read all suitable and unclassified Federation reports on the Iconians, yes.
So you understand when I say that the neural parasites are currently working and nearing completion of an Iconian gateway. You understand how serious that would be for
the potential
the
for
Alpha Quadrant.
neural parasites to transport anywhere in our galaxy at will is frankly terrifying.
I am assured that these creatures are days away from completing this, a week at most.
Are you aware of where? Do you know where this gateway is? As far as I'm aware, they tend to be fixed structures.
Yes, it is in the Romulan Federation neutral zone, a system known as Moana. I can send you the coordinates now. And she taps a few controls on the arm of her chair. You should be receiving them now. And Davok, you do indeed receive a set of coordinates.
I got a text message when it went off.
Can I quickly check how long it would take us to get there?
Yes, you call up Google Maps and it tells you it will take 7 days at warp 8.
7 days.
Centurion, we estimate that's a 7-day trip from here at warp 8. Would you say that was enough time, or are we too late already?
We need to make haste immediately. Are you with us?
Well, I certainly appreciate your candour and your courage in coming forward for this, particularly if your government doesn't know about this. Would you object to me advising my superiors that I have help from an unexpected corner?
Do what you need to, but we need to set off immediately. I trust you have cleansed the mining outpost?
To the best of our knowledge, looks pointedly at Varren, the mining outpost still contains civilians who may not have been infected with the neural parasite yet. Our initial purpose here was to rescue these Federation citizens, but that has been unsuccessful.
They may well have been infected by now anyway. I suggest you bombard the mining outpost from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
They mainly come out at night, mostly.
Yeah.
With regret, I'm not at liberty to be destroying Federation property without Federation permission. However, as this is a Klingon facility, would you like to assist us in cleansing this particular blight on the galaxy?
Anything to get us go, Captain. We need to move now. You understand?
Well,
I can program it in to be ready to go.
To my knowledge, Centurion, the weapons of a Romulan warbird are far superior to our own meager weaponry on this mainly scientific vessel. I'll let you deal with the outpost whilst my navigation officer sets course. Will you be following along shortly?
The Centurion lets out a deep sigh again and says, "Very well, Decius out." And the view screen cuts out.
Basically, we've blown up enough stuff already. I don't want the Klingons saying that we've blown up everything we've come across. And if the Romulans do it, that's up to them.
Okay. So
Plausible deniability.
You see the Decius on the view screen start to bank and turn course so that it is facing towards the planetoid when suddenly the Decius explodes. And we're going to take a quick break there.
What?
What?
The Yamato all over again.
The fuck is going on?
We will see you all in a moment.
Everything
Don't
we
go
touch
anywhere.
turns to shit.
That's an order.
we might see you. We might explode.
In the Discord.
And we are back live. Whoop! Look at these red alerts going on. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. We've been having a great chat off air about whether or not red alert was actually called. I will be reviewing the logs later. But we are
Chat
taking
support
it.
me. I did say it. I did say
She
it.
did, no,
I'm
she
sure I
actually
said it.
did say it.
Yes,
I was
yes,
looking
I
for
did.
that.
I
She
will,
did say it.
I will
It was right after-
happily accept that.
was-
Because red alert was called, the shields were in fact up as the warbird exploded, and the shields would have taken the brunt of that. But the Decius has exploded. The mining outpost is still there. What are you going to do?
What am I going to do? We've got Federation citizens down there still, haven't we?
I
We have.
don't
Yes,
know if they're still there, though.
we have, because my away team failed me. Oh, sorry.
Jeez.
Went a bit Darth Wraal there for a moment.
Wow, you really went dark.
Apology accepted.
The plans to the outpost were hidden in this droid.
I'm just always going to keep this up.
Now, Davok, very quickly, can you scan the outpost now and see if there are any human life forms down there?
I can try.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
It's a boring conversation anyway.
That would be... God,
so again, diamagnetic interference in the area, but this is going and being that far underground. Scan's not too easy, but this is a difficulty 3.
Does it help that they locked on to where we were because we know where we were when we were teleported, so we know where they are in the station. So would that assist?
Yes, you know where to point the sensors, basically. Yes. That's why it's not a difficulty 4.
Oh, good.
So, assisted by the ship?
So, we need a control and science, assisted by the ship with sensors and security.
Okay, I've got to beat
So,
14.
with the ship, what's the ship one? Sensors and security again. 13 for the ship. So that's not bad.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 7 and a 15. Ship rolled an 18.
Oh, right.
I have 14. Yeah.
Getting blips of life form readings, but they're impossible to determine.
Right, so we can't...
That could be because as I just saw on my red alert screen, the forward censoring array is fucked. So...
Oh yeah, it just says on... It just now mine says like it can't support one, unfortunately, else I'd be joining you. Let me find something suitable Reddish type thing in the background.
Yeah.
So Bosh, with all this going on, is going to head up to the bridge. Commander, what's happening?
What isn't happening?
Shields are at 50%.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're a little too late for the entire crew of the Odysseus, which oh, hang on, there goes one bouncing off the view screen now.
So I'm if Wraal quickly mentions that the ship was full of parasites and talking about destruction, sir, I wouldn't want to do this, but if you require, I can override you and order Mr. Davok to destroy the outpost.
You think the outpost needs destroying? That
100%. It just needs to go. I am happy to declare a medical emergency, and we obliterate it.
Well, in that case, why didn't you say so before?
Mr. Davok,
you're dying to. So, lock weapons on the outpost, please.
Wait, why did she get to do it?
Yeah, surely this is Varren's job to do.
I need a
science. Can do it from the science station. It can be done.
Everything must be done. I want this done with scientific precision. This must be excised.
Oh my God. I'm never going to get to shoot my guns.
Which weapons, out of interest?
All of them.
Cyclonic torpedoes and viral bombs. Oh, we haven't got those. In that case...
Ramming speed?
Back, I drive.
Quantum torpedoes.
Quantum and photons.
We've got 4 phaser cannons and 6 quantum torpedo launchers.
Yeah, the phaser cannons are more of a close-range blasting anti-ship weapon, though you could do. But so I think for orbital barrage, you'll be looking at
high yields
torpedoes, and
high.
They do have the high yield keyword.
Yes, Davok, you call up the mining outpost on your targeting system.
Okay.
and quantum torpedoes are now locked on target, set to high yield.
I'm so sad, but I'm not being able to.
Mr. Davok, Newcomb.
As I slowly lower my finger to the button, I glance at Varren and give you some awkward eye contact as I press it.
And as you're looking at Varren, you hit the wrong button and blow up the ship. No!
Why is the warp core floating across the window?
It's just
torpedoes are launched. The mining outpost goes boom.
I love it.
There is a crater.
Thinker now just got off of work and just got on the stream, and he just said, "Hey, what did I miss? Are they destroying the colony?" And it's just like, yes, we are actually.
Yeah, that's so weird. So I guess now we need to discuss if we want to go to the gate.
Varren,
Well, my thinking would be that
Varren, your screen has just gone blank on the console on the bridge.
My screen?
On the bridge, yes. The security station screen has just gone blank.
Captain.
Comms is suddenly prodding at their screen.
Davok is going to try and do something with the computers. What's going on?
Lock the main computer out to the core, please.
Davok, you go to hit the controls. Let me just double check a thing. When you notice something on long range sensors, it appears to be a warbird about 12 hours away. Oh, and your screen's just gone blank.
What the hell?
Captain, your controls on your armrest have gone blank.
If it's possible to get out and paddle, would that be an option?
The lights go out and blue dimmer lights, emergency lighting flickers on. The hum that you've been hearing constantly from the warp core, that there's like this white noise that you don't even notice anymore, except when it's absent, is absent.
Not going in there. I'm not going in there.
What did you press apart from launch torpedoes?
It's just like, did someone unplug us? Tried turning it off and turning it back on again.
Great. I think engineer from New Gomez and see if she can fix it.
Okay. So so Sonia Gomez has returned to engineering.
Very good. Does this work? Hello.
Your comm badge fortunately does work, because although it utilizes the ship to relay messages, without the ship it does operate independently for short ranges.
Fantastic. Excellent. Commander Gomez. We seem to be without power. What's going on with the ship?
Sonia Gomez appears to be in a bit of a flustered state, I think it's fair to say.
You mean it's broken?
And she says, "I'm not sure, Captain. Just all of the software appears to have just stopped working on the ship."
Right. Okay. Can we attempt a reboot of all ship systems with the main data files which are stored in the ship's core, which should be separate from anything that could get into it?
Okay. You hear her muttering under her breath.
Protected files. I know it takes a while to get through, and I can't remember the password either, but just get them to send it to your email and reset.
Sonia is, she's muttering under her breath as she works, and then you hear her swearing less under her breath, and says, "Captain, I'm unable to access the protected files."
Well, I'm out of options here. Where's the auto-destruct?
Well, there must
We
be
need
some
to-
sort of manual way to restart the ship, right?
It's in the warp core, I
There
think.
is a warp, yeah. There's no starting handle.
Sonia does say, Captain, I can start an investigation into what the actual problem is. She said, only by knowing what the problem is can we even think about fixing it.
Good idea. Yes, make a start on that, Chief Engineer, and let me know your let me know what you think it is and your recommendations soonest.
I mean, is like the plumbing working? Is it just the software?
Assuming that all the toilets are working and all the automatic locks gone on that cupboard in Bosch's medical lock that he never lets us go in.
I'm really happy we didn't have anyone on life support.
Okay,
Isn't
so
just a ship powered down like that, though?
Did we hit something? We hit like a pothole that.
Actually, yeah, can Gomez make a trace on to see if it's anything viral? That's because we did get a transmission from that Romulan ship not long before it blew up, just saying.
okay.
Also, another ship incoming. I've informed
Davok,
everyone.
keep your hand on that eject warp core button just in case. I know you're dying to do that.
Well, the warp core has powered down, she will tell you. So there's no danger of it suddenly exploding.
That's actually a good point. Do we still have gravity on the ship?
Gravity is working.
So
What?
some.
Yes. How does gravity work in the ship? What powers that? Is
works-
that we're not
there
spinning?
There are gravity plates installed in the decking.
Doesn't help
So
us.
effectively. There is still power on the ship. If you imagine like your home computer, you might be getting power to it. You know, you might still be able to charge your USBs, but if your Windows or your OS X is fucked, then you're not going to be able to access any of your apps.
Yeah, that's true. And
But you
unlike,
might still be able to charge up USBs.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can I just plug this in and get a bit more charge on it as well before we go anyway.
So now, interestingly, so this is going to take a bit of time for Sonia to do, but as you have specifically said to her to look for a viral issue, I'm going to need a roll from Sonia. Who's rolling for Sonia?
I'll do it.
Yeah, go on, Matt.
Okay. So, this is I'm going to reduce the difficulty by 1 on this to a difficulty 2.
Yeah, I've changed my background to something more appropriate.
This is going to be
That's on every screen around here at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
insight and engineering. So it is 13.
Okay.
Difficulty 3. Difficulty 2, sorry.
So, funny thing,
God. Oh, he actually prints the dice.
I did, and Sonia rolled a natural 20
For
You
God's
in your 20s.
Oh,
God's
no!
and a 4.
Oh. Now,
God
the 4
damn it.
is 2 successes, so you get 2 successes and a complication.
Like, we need more complications.
Tell me that
Okay.
he's lost his copy of the Rules of Acquisition.
Yeah.
Keep his binding about.
Okay, so I'm going to take threat for the complication. Which nicely. There we go.
How many
Brings
threats
me
are you
back
sitting on
to
at the moment,
8.
Stuart? 8.
8 threat.
And we've got no momentum.
And you have no momentum. So Sonia does come back on the comms and say, "Thanks for the heads up, Captain. It is indeed a virus in the system that has infected the system. We need to locate where its root is. It's feeding into all the software systems. We need to locate where the root is and then purge it from the systems.
Okay. So you think that once we've done that, we can reset with the original with the protected files in the core?
Do we need the original like startup disk? Do we have to
she tells you
reinstall
that-
it?
In fact, you probably won't even need to do that. You can, but you probably won't need to. As just purging the virus should be enough.
Excellent. Proceed with that, Ms. Gomez.
Okay.
Do you need any assistance from anyone else, or can your team handle that?
She believes
Have you got
the
Derek
team
with
can
you?
handle it. However, if Lieutenant Davok would like to assist,
I do have a
That would
focus in
be-
computers. I don't know.
that may be very, very useful.
So so it's so we've got a virus. I'm assuming that virus came from the Romulan ship. So maybe via their communication. So that would be a place to start.
That's the only, yeah. Unless it
That
beamed in
would.
with Bosh.
Oh, good point.
But that
Maybe
wasn't.
Bosh.
He was just beamed onto us. So I think it was the only computer communication we've had is the transmission from the Romulan ship to us.
I mean, I do enjoy thinking that all of this could be Matt's fault and not mine somehow.
So, just to give you an idea of time frames, about 3/4 of an hour have now passed.
Okay.
When Sonia sort of informs you it is the virus. Okay, so in that case, Davok, can you give me a reason and engineering check, difficulty 2, please?
And can I use my computer to focus?
You can, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I got 1 success.
You get 1 success. Okay, let's have Sonia assisting then. So if someone else can give me a reason and engineering check.
Let's get Usher to do it. It's about time. Something to mess everything up as well.
12
No.
or below on 1 dice.
Oh,
Roll it,
I
Usher.
have dice.
Oh, it's actually me?
Your
Shit.
turn.
Yeah.
Wonderful. 12 or below. Shit. Yep, I fucked it. 15.
15. Okay, I am racking up the threat here. It takes you. No, in fact, do you know what? You spend about an hour on it.
Just on the phone with like technical
and
support.
You
Yeah.
need to try it again, please, Davok.
Okay. How is our life support system? Do we need to be concerned?
No, you believe there's enough air to last for days.
Oh, okay. All right. Trying again.
We may need it at this rate.
1 success.
1
Well, we're getting
success.
there.
Let's see if the assistance from Sonia Gomez works.
Come on, Sonia.
We want 12 or below again. Are you having Usher do it again?
Oh,
Yes.
am I doing it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Until you get it right.
Go on, Sonia.
It's a lot. It's a lot closer, but it's still not enough. It's 13.
Okay. Spend another hour on it.
Oh, this is just taking
Keep
too long.
looking.
Davok, how close is that Romulan warbird looking?
No.
I believe it's
let's
about
see.
9 hours away.
Yeah.
This time I got a 2, which means I got an 11. So I got 3 successes.
Yes.
3 successes. Fantastic.
I'm really happy you got a success.
Did Sonia also get a success?
Let's see what Sonia got.
Oh, yeah.
Sonia did not get a success.
Okay.
See.
Sonia's stressed out at this point. However,
He has had a bit of a day.
All you're
do
hearing from
find-
Sonia's comms is like a sound of her hitting her head against her desk.
yeah. So the way this
repeatedly.
virus has snaked its way and put viruses into all aspects of the computer systems made it particularly difficult to find. But eventually, Davok, you find its root in a translation matrix.
Then you pull out your
Software.
phaser and just shoot the computer and just turn around and say, "Got it." Which should be good.
I'll be a bit more elegant than that.
So, delete it. It appears to be kind of self-replicating virus. So, like, it's not as simple as just hitting delete. You're going to have to effectively go into this piece of software and dismantle it piece by piece in the right sort of order. It's a bit like disarming a bomb in a way. Just
How'd you have to use that reference? Just considering what we just saw on the other ship.
Foreshadowing.
Okay. However, you may wish you may wish to do it, or Sonia can do it. It's up to you. This is going to be a control and engineering task.
Yeah. Would I still be able to use my computer focus?
You will, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you want to be the one leading it
Yeah.
with Sonia assisting, yeah?
My control is good, so still going to be 14.
Am I rolling
It's a
again,
difficulty
Sonia?
2.
42. Okay. Oh, yeah. I got a 9, so that's a success, and I got a Star Trek logo, so that's 2 successes.
Yeah, that's 3 in total. Yes.
3
Sonia
total.
got a success as well. Sonia got an 8.
Oh,
Nice.
excellent.
So that's way more
I can tell
momentum
you,
now.
The momentum dice helped.
you are on 3 momentum.
Yes.
Delicious.
Wow.
Excellent.
That's the pace.
And it takes you, a good amount of time, a few hours to dismantle this piece of software, but eventually, yes, you believe you have purged it from the system. By your estimates, Davok, and you're the best person for this as a Vulcan, you estimate that the warbird is probably about 6 hours away.
So,
Well, I don't think I fancy hanging around here with the debris of Romulan warbird hanging around us, whilst another Romulan warbird wanders in and starts asking us what we've done. Probably going to be a bit difficult to explain that one. So,
Computers are rebooting back to life.
yay.
excellent. I will check and see if I have, if we still have the coordinates to the planet with the Iconian gateway on it.
Yes, you do.
We do
Well,
trust them that they were telling us the truth.
It's the only lead we've got, and to be honest, from the look of it, the Centurion on the Decius died to tell us this piece of information.
She did say that the ship was full of those people, though.
Yeah. So whether or not they realised that she was going to basically let the cat out of the bag, and they did something, they probably just pulled the quantum singularity apart and blew up the ship. Would be my guess.
Right.
So, in that case, I will set course for the Moana system. I believe they said it was.
Yes. It's yeah.
Another-
7 days at warp 8.
Okay. Do you need me to roll for that, or are we just setting and going?
We go faster.
No, that's that's you trained Starfleet officers. It's not going to be in a difficult environment as such.
No problem. I'll
You could
helm
go
control to-
faster.
well, I'll transfer helm control to my seat. Obviously, I'm going to captain it and fly it. I mean, proper seat. I'll also break the glass and put on my Biggles hat. It's in the emergency pouch under the captain's chair.
I'm guessing you're not going to pilot it all the way there if it's 7 days.
Nah, I'm autopilot. I'm doing it all.
Why we can go faster?
Autopilot. Which is, as soon as we line up on the trajectory and I press engage, it is autopilot. There we go. And I'm going to still look busy now and again.
How would
do
we go
have,
faster if we wanted to?
Well, Defiant has a max speed of 9.5, isn't it?
And it's not quite as fast as an Intrepid, I don't think.
But I don't know whether this actually has any with us in Star Trek Adventures, but the information I have here suggests that a speed of warp 9.982 can be reached if power from the pulse laser capacitors is used,
Fantastic.
thus taking that system offline for 6 hours as it recharges.
That
That'd
would
be
have been the
respectable.
original Defiant class. This is a different ship with
Gotcha.
a different system.
I like it that they just gave us a shittier one. We didn't get the cloak. We
Yeah, you
didn't
got a
get.
bigger one.
Yeah, we've got modular laboratories and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. And apparently a really shitty computer system. or
Computer
no
system's fine.
I think actually we've got a really good computer system. We've just got a really shitty security officer that lets a virus in.
I did just get my email from the antivirus software saying that our payment wasn't up to date. There was an issue because we happened to be in another system, and so they weren't able to run my card.
You got that email from the Tellarite prince that needed a.
And won the lottery.
Yeah,
Won the
exactly.
Bajoran lottery again.
Exactly.
Incidentally,
So what's-
did the virus wipe out all the crew's holodeck history? Do I still have access to check all of that? Do I want to see what Bosh has been playing last week?
Well, if you do a
Bring
thorough
'em up.
search, you might find out that the virus could have come in to the security station where he was watching Pornhub.
I'm glad Pornhub is in the future.
It's never going away.
It's retro and it's
Even with holodecks, there's still Pornhub.
No, you have.
Well, that's
you
just
have
where you
access
select
to-
your program.
Yeah, you have access to all the records that you had previously.
Oh, very good. I do like to howl that over the crew, just to, just so they know that with Commander's privileges, I get to see everything that they go on, and in some cases, maybe enjoy recommendations.
I've seen everything. Yes. So, what would you like to do for the next 7 days? Or, I mean, if you push it a little bit, you can probably bring that down to 6.5 days.
I think we will probably. I'll obviously ask, tell Engineer Gomez to first of all go and get herself a hot chocolate and a long sit down, because I happen to know that she loves hot chocolate. As acting captain, I'm going to stand nowhere near her while she's drinking any hot chocolate for the sake of the laundry. And thirdly, give her at least one shift off after that. After that.
You get a request to send Bosh down to engineering with the sedative.
His copy of the rules of acquisition and a megaphone.
Cheapest binding possible.
Yeah, I'm going to read that as a bit.
What's the plan then?
Can Davok have a spa day to de-stress?
Yes. Well, Davok need that.
Is that how we just? That's just when you go into the bathroom, you turn all the water on really hot, and it steams it in there. that's at the spa.
Actually, wouldn't it just get really noisy as there's sonic showers?
Yeah. Yeah, and just particles of grime would be flying through the air and just suspended there. It'd be like a dirt bath. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Ferengi might. I don't know. Do Ferengi have mud baths? I think they have it.
Good.
Very spa-like.
I don't know if Bosh has got one set up in his probably his own mud bath set up in his med bay.
Hot mud.
Oh yeah.
Hot mud.
It was the recommendation from Morn, who was a gentleman that I met on DS9. He had
I like the chatty fella.
yes,
I assume we're out of alert now.
oh,
Are we okay?
I'm gonna lose my eyesight staring at all.
Incidentally, yeah, who called red alert on my bridge without me doing it? Davok?
go to the walk.
Well, I'm sorry. Did you not see the exploding ship?
Well,
To be fair, she called it.
Thank you for putting the shields on. I'm not getting it scratched anymore. I mean, I didn't want to send you all out on PD duty for a week whilst at war, hanging onto the outside with a paintbrush.
She called it before she had left the bridge, before you had gotten there. So you walked in on that phone conversation during a red alert.
Yes. Anyway, computer, stand down. After a few days, stand down, red alert. I mean, please do. That's better.
That is a good thing to ask, though. We should probably figure out how to get rid of stress, because
How to get rid of what? Sorry.
the stress in the game. You remember you were supposed to tell us mechanically how much stress we were supposed to have. If we have a 7-day off, will we go back to
That
regular
counts as
stress?
a long rest.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
easily. Over those 7 days, you are all fully healed.
Okay, that was that. I think that was what she meant about could she have a spa day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's like hero sandwiches. Okay.
Except I, as I said, I wrote it in pen, so I'll always be stressed now.
I think that whilst we're en route, I'll be bringing up any and all files that I can get access to on Iconian Gateway. I presume that with acting captain access, I don't know how much the Iconian stuff was actually. I don't think it was classified by the Federation, was it, or was it?
I think a rundown for the people in the back who don't know what they are.
No, you can.
Who doesn't know that?
You can call up the. Especially as acting captain, you would have access to the reports from the Enterprise, and also from Captain Sisko as well. When the Jem'Hadar discovered an Iconian gateway, and he spent some time working with a Jem'Hadar troop.
So as acting captain, he just gets to watch reruns.
Oh no! I take that information and I'll do my own series of. You all get to attend the briefing room where I'll do you a audio-visual presentation on Iconian gateways.
Oh, wonderful!
Attendance is compulsory, and there are no snacks.
It's just, can I attend from remote from home, from my room, just like a big Zoom call?
I noticed that Mr. Davok is like sat at the front, looking eager.
Yeah. Curious.
Oh, red alert.
Red alert! Red alert!
Red alert, something's going
Red
on.
alert! Sorry.
Are we allowed to know what an Iconian gateway is? Is that something we should know, or something we shouldn't know?
We talked about it last time, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an ancient civilization that has a gateway that can appear anywhere in the galaxy instantly.
Okay.
They had a series of gateways that, by programming it, you can basically walk through it and just appear, as Matt said, anywhere they like. So as you can imagine, with an army of infected armor-plated Klingons at their command, and you just drop them into the president's office on Earth, or in the middle of the Deep Space Nine promenade, or Captain Liera's bedroom, which would I don't want to be them if they wake her up. I pity them. Actually, that might be a good plan if we actually program it so that they all go flying into Liera's bedroom, wake her up, and then we just stand back and count the bodies as they fly back out again.
Yeah.
I mean, do we even know what we're heading into?
No, it's on a planet. That's all they gave us. So we should probably learn.
Do we know about this planet?
The planet? Yeah, that was.
Bosh is going to do a couple of things. He wants to, we had that hyper spray that we did that targets creatures.
Yes.
Want to look at if there's any way of developing that into something. Need if there's any way we can add it into a photon torpedo, or whether or not we can add it to some sort of something we could aerosolize and use.
Okay, I can tell you straight away that you don't believe it would work as an aerosol, because that would effectively atomize it, which would reduce its impact. it's not something that could be delivered as a gaseous form. It would have to be sort of injected into the bloodstream. However, do you know what, Bosh? If you're spending your time researching ways of dealing with these parasites,
Yeah.
you can give me a reason and medicine roll.
He's not good at either of those, really.
Now, before we go into that, I'm going to ask how you've been treating Talgeron.
He's still in the medical bay, isn't he?
Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. Something's up with the cat.
No worries.
Spot.
Oh yes, what were we doing with him?
Yeah.
He
what are you doing about
is-
Talgeron?
He's being kept under sedation.
Right.
See, he was last seen absolutely terrified. So he's basically been knocked out for a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Sort of cryostasis.
I see. And obviously, having checked, he is not infected with any parasitical.
Yeah, and he's not joined. So there was no danger to keeping him on ice, as it were.
Okay.
We're going to get into trouble with the Trill Council for slugs.
Yeah.
You're basically keeping him doused up. Okay.
So a reason and medicine is 10 for reason, 5 for medicine. I rolled a 10 and a 12.
Okay, excellent. And we'll have someone roll for the ship as well, because you will be assisted by the ship. Sensors and medicine.
Amy. Ed, yeah, go for it.
12. You want to get?
It's a Starfleet symbol.
Yay!
So that's 2 successes. So you gain 2 momentum.
Oh,
Excellent, because that was difficulty 2. Right, next, Bosh. So this is giving you basically studying the files and everything you've got and your observations about the neural parasites has taught you a lot about the way in which the neural parasite physically interacts with its host. If you give me now an insight and medicine task, again assisted by the ship on computers and medicine.
I have an insight of 10 as well, and a medicine of 5, and I rolled a 3 and an 8.
A 3 and an 8. Fantastic. So, do you have any focuses that come into play here?
Probably not, because I wouldn't count it as an infectious disease, or would you? And it wouldn't say it's triage, and the rest of it's trauma and emergency. This is, yeah.
Fair enough. So you've got 2 successes. Computers and medicine from the ship, please. Somebody.
Ed.
That's going to be.
I'll go again.
12.
Well, here we go. 14, I'm afraid.
Ooh, okay. You can succeed with the cost of a momentum if you want.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I've had some data flash up on my console. If you check your,
is that on Discord?
no, on this.
Oh,
It's worth noting, we're going to lose momentum at the end of this, and then we're going to need all the momentum we can to go onto that damn place. I think we only have 3 momentum, so we're only going to have 2 or 1 momentum before we go down onto the planet.
I think we're at 4 at the moment, and probably when we get there, much scanning and other stuff in advance might hopefully get us some rolls that could add to momentum.
yes, you are currently on 4 momentum, absolutely.
Okay.
So we'll come to the answer for that in just a moment, Bosh. But after spending basically the whole week, you believe that you could, with some difficulty, it wouldn't be easy, but you believe that you could safely remove a parasite and keep the host alive.
Excellent.
It'll have to be done under surgical conditions, of course.
Yeah, of course.
So they'd have to be heavily sedated, but yes, you believe you could. As to your other question, that is very easy to find out. In fact, one of your medical officers, if you choose to share it, has already checked the information.
Yes.
And there are no variances found.
Okay. I will fill that back into the computer to the log that it was requested to be updated in.
Yeah.
No variances.
Okay. And that goes to whoever it needs to go to.
Oh.
Right. Now, on the bridge, I believe you wanted to find out about the world that you're visiting.
Yes, we need some information about what to expect.
Okay, Davok. Well, researching the ship's records, the coordinates lead specifically to the third planet in the Moana system. It's an ocean planet ringed with a series of small islands.
Do we know if it's...
Sounds very welcoming.
Yeah, just like what I want. It's great. Fancy
These
beaches.
small islands, it seems, could in fact be, it is theorised, were the debris of a moon that that broke up when its orbit decayed.
Mm.
Captain Quinn suggests a nice place for a spot of fishing.
Okay.
Captain of the ship's cook, see if we've got fish for the menu. Is it Friday? Oh, that's not good.
Is there any record of the planet being inhabited or anything, or is it just...
No, it's in the neutral zone, so very little information is known about it. That they've only been able to conduct long-range scans.
Right. And just Star Trek knowledge, the neutral zone, is there any issues with us actually being in there?
You're not supposed to go in it.
Mm.
It really shouldn't
According
be
to
here.
the Treaty of Algeron, Romulans and Federation are not supposed to go in.
Okay. Well, I feel that at some point it would be good to mention this as an issue, and I'm sure Davok would have mentioned it earlier. He's fully aware of this.
That's quite right. Basically, I know we shouldn't be here, but we absolutely have to be. And we've probably been spotted. Both sides have got massive long-range sensor nets either side, keeping an eye. So someone's probably spotted that there's a little maggot crawling across the screen, and it's us. And it's probably that Romulan warbird we left behind, which is most likely still on our tail. In fact, Mr. Davok, can you check and see if they followed us? Because I have a strong suspicion that they have.
Yeah. Sure, I can
Nothing
check.
showing on long-range sensors.
Oh, okay. Have we outpaced it? I mean, what do we have? A 6-hour head start? I mean,
Can they cloak when warp speed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they can, and there is no way to detect them from this range, no matter how high you roll.
Yeah. we would need a tachyon net just light years across to have of detecting Romulan warbirds at warp moving through space.
Mm.
Okay.
Worth checking, just in case they'd actually dumped the toilets or something, and there was a mysterious cloud of green goo floating along.
So, Wraal, I'll ask you a direct question. Do you wish to make a report?
I think at this point it's probably worth getting on the subspace and reporting to Admiral Janeway what's gone on so far. Whilst we're in transit, if anything, just to point out that we are having to cross the neutral zone. This is kind of best to seek forgiveness rather than ask permission kind of moment.
Janeway will completely understand the need to cross the neutral zone, but obviously I advise you to be careful.
Discreet and quick.
Yeah.
I would report also to her that we failed to again. Seriously, guys, it's like going up in front of the head teacher. It is horrid having to say that you've mucked anything up to Admiral of all people, Admiral Janeway. I'd rather go in front of Picard. I'll go in front of him any day and say, "Yeah, messed it up." But she just looks at you. It's like she's not angry; she's disappointed.
Just point out there was a medical emergency. There was no coffee on that outpost.
We found zero.
Happy with destroying it.
I mean, I point out and that whereas my chief medical officer declared a medical emergency on the planet, we had to scour it clean of neural parasites. And beg to report the potential loss of 2 Federation citizens who, to our knowledge, could have already been infected.
100% they were.
Oh, 3. Yeah, all
3.
definitely.
2 humans and a Tellarite.
They all had terrible temperatures, dry cough.
I don't know how I feel about our version of the truth.
We don't. Do we actually know if they were Starfleet officers?
Are we the bad guys?
No, you are quite
They weren't
capable of exaggerating.
Starfleet. They were Federation citizens.
Oh.
That's fine then.
They weren't Starfleet. Starfleet's there to protect Federation citizens. So just to be clear, are you telling Janeway that they definitely were infected by the parasites?
I like Federation citizens that don't get captured.
I think we'll just say that that we suspected that the entire everything on the mining colony was infected, and at the insistence of our medical officer, who declared a medical emergency, we destroyed the planet from orbit, as it was the only way to be sure. And it was
straight up lying.
No, that's 100% true.
That's what he
Not
told
a
me.
get out of jail free card. Oh, it's medical emergency, so everything I do is fine.
Wraal is telling the truth, but it'll be fairly obvious that Janeway looks very concerned at what you've said, but doesn't push any further. What are you telling Janeway about Bosh and his experience?
Well, I will report that Bosh was temporarily separated from not only the ship but the away team. He says that he was removed via transporter to what seemed to be a human vessel with black-clad human operatives who were questioning both him and our late guest, Major Davok, who also had vanished. I think we've already reported that to her, but probably quite a few episodes ago. So I'll report that to her.
No, you hadn't had chance to report to her about Bosh. About Davok, I think.
Davok.
Yes. Sorry, yes.
In that case, I'll add that in as well. But beforehand, so this will be chronologically correct, even though I can't remember it.
Janeway will respond that so they're taking an interest, but again won't push you for any more information. As a sidebar to this, Bosh, if you want to use the computer to do a photo fit, you would be able to work out exactly who that was, by the way.
Excellent. I will
Now,
do
whether
so.
you tell anyone, that's another matter. That's up to you.
So many
We'll come back to you on that in just a moment to give you a chance to think. And lastly, Janeway will ask you, and what about the other matter? Anything to report?
Currently, Admiral, I'm told there is 0 variance.
She'll look confused. Variance?
Yes, medically and from a scientific point of view, there is 0 variance on our supply.
What about psychologically?
That remains to be seen, but I believe that I'll have to take some further precautions in future, as you advised.
You can always she'll tell you that you can always compare psych evaluation reports from historic ones.
Very
You
nice.
motherfuckers.
What's going on?
You're obviously unaware of this. This is happening in the captain's ready room.
It's literally, I'm just at the back behind one of Bosch's curtains. I'm whispering down the dragon. We can hear you.
Okay. Right. Well, I mean, obviously, she'll thank you. She'll tell you to, you're obviously on a very, very highly important mission. You're also the only ship that is available to deal with this right at the moment that is in any kind of position to help. She will say, try not to piss off the Romulans too much, though.
Understood, Admiral. I always try not to piss off the Romulans too much.
Okay, so obviously we're conflating a week's worth into all of this. Bosh, on that information, would you like to... You don't have to?
No.
No, okay, you're keeping that to yourself. Cool.
Damn it.
However,
yeah.
Bosh is going to make a suggestion. Given how Mr. Davok was when they came back, how Mr. Varren was when they came back, and the fact that he himself was abducted, protocol would be for full medical evaluation, and that would be follow-up scans and psych evaluations.
We'll
Yep.
be prepared.
Oh, wholeheartedly.
Basically,
Well,
it's a full debrief.
It's standard Starfleet procedure following a firefight to have at least a counselling session, if not a full. I mean, a full psych evaluation is heavy-handed, but not without precedence.
But Bosh is very concerned about black-clad people. He's double-checking himself, although obviously humans are stupid and can't properly wipe Ferengi memories, but he wants to just make sure that whatever happened to him wasn't happening to other people, because obviously, as far as he's concerned, they might be not giving actual information about what happened down there. What they might have all been abducted at the same time as he was. He just didn't see them.
Okay, so that's psych evaluations on the entire away team, is it?
Yeah.
Including Bosh himself?
Including Bosh himself, yep.
Okay.
And Archie? No. Reginald. Reggie.
Oh,
Reggie,
God,
yeah.
we're going to find,
Yep,
we're gonna
yep.
find me rummage around in Reggie's head.
Who does the eval?
It'd be my my second in command, essentially. The most senior doctor after me, because obviously I will have my evaluation first, but just to make sure I won't be conducting them.
Who is your second in command?
What did we call them?
Unnamed crewman.
Yes, starring next week.
Oh, did we say Dr. Salar? I was going to suggest
yes.
Dr. Salar, in fact.
Yeah.
If not, then Dr. Salar. There you go, a Vulcan.
I was partially going for Dr. Pickle, given the spacefaring of people this week.
Pickle Rick! We can go for a Dr. Pickle if you like. Captain Quinn said
Pickle.
it was Salar. It was Salar.
Branston.
So, yeah, Captain Branston.
Oh, didn't you have a Betazoid nurse, Matt?
Oh, yes. Yes, I had the Betazoid nurse as well.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll just...
Got all the sidekicks in medical.
Yeah.
So, in terms of...
and in answer to Captain Quinn's other question, Twister.
Okay. Excellent. I would have said shifts.
Yeah.
Okay.
This This is a 24-hour operation. You have to, I'm sorry, life in Starfleet involves some shift work.
Okay, so Bosch's results from the psych evaluation they show high levels of stress, and obviously all the chemicals associated with it. They do show some memory loss from the experience. They also show from the full medical rather than the psych. It shows trace amounts in your system of compounds that are most likely to make you suggestible. Truth serums don't exist, but truth serums. Okay, so for the rest of the away team, Reggie's fine. He's he was pretty much in his own. I mean, he's got a few sort of scrapes and whatnot from.
That was like Reggie being taken for a walk, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Got a walk, came home with a stick, everything. Had a great day out.
Andorians being a warlike race anyway, that was just fine for him.
Just a bit bothered it wasn't too. It wasn't cold enough.
Davok, absolutely fine. Obviously, broken fingers now healed, but no problem with Davok. All in a day's work.
Oh, you can go skipping again.
Yeah, back to my routine.
Commander Varren. Yes. Now, would you like this information publicly, or do you want me to put it in an email?
I would like it in an email, please.
Okay, I will do that off air.
You're giving away all this interesting
results. His physical, the medical, comes back absolutely fine, no problem at all, including what was mentioned separately.
So now I know that it absolutely was about me. So.
The psych evaluation we will do off air, and that's probably a good place to leave it for this week.
So everyone in chat and Amy are going to have to come back in 2 weeks' time to find out what that psych eval said.
And everything else.
And everything
If you
else.
tell them.
Yes.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Well done, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
You've managed to murder some Federation citizens.
Ooh, whoops.
Doing.
I didn't.
They were absolutely alive when we left, and then less than 10 minutes later, that Romulan bird showed up.
I reckon with a bit more time, we could have got a lock on them.
I'm
They were
almost
absolutely
positive.
alive, and they were absolutely unjoined as well. You knew that
Yes, we know that.
when you were on the way.
May
away
or may
team.
not have forgotten they were there. Or Matt may or may not have forgotten that they were there.
Well,
Look,
Bosh
it's
was
dangerous
under
out
a
here.
huge amount of stress from his ordeal, and not necessarily in his right mind at that time.
God, there's a lot of Federation hate going on in the chat.
Yeah, Varren maybe shouldn't have taken my override.
Yeah.
So you've got to question acting Captain Wraal allowing himself to be advised by someone who wasn't in his right mind necessarily.
Yeah, probably should have psych evaled Wraal as well.
There's lots of blame to go around here.
Look, there's only
None of it falls on my lap, so it's fine.
I'm quite enjoying having this seat. As Davok noted, it's quite a nice, comfy chair.
Yeah.
And there's only one person on the ship who can take it off me, and he's the Ferengi wearing the medical doctor's pips.
That's true.
I'll just say that I'm the most junior ranking officer here, so I'll leave you guys to sort it out.
How did it feel being in the big chair though?
It's really comfortable. More so than I thought. It doesn't look very comfortable, but it was. And it was nice to have a sit down.
Yeah. Even
Good
though a
on our feet.
Romulan warbird decloaked while sat there.
Yeah, I couldn't just have like an easy 5 minutes. No.
I mean, you've
But then we
met
had
me,
a
right?
Karen
To bring
turn up.
that out.
Captain Karen. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Well,
Actually, wasn't it Centurion Karen?
Centurion
it
Karen.
was Centurion Karen. Absolutely.
And
Fantastic.
Karen?
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this in the chat and all your comments. It really, it definitely helps. Definitely.
Yeah, it really
helps.
does.
For sure.
So much fun. And yeah, we'll see you all in a fortnight. In the meantime, live long and prosper.
No.
Take care.